So we got like 2.5 days left here. Probably not gonna do much of anything these next 2 days, maybe. We've had a hell of a time on this island. It's so diverse, isn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful. Highly recommend.
Yeah, you can go from desert to rainforest to mountainous to volcano to ocean coast. It's crazy. It's ever changing, and it just amazes you every time you drive into a different area. But some things that I do know. This is the big island we're on, which is Kona. So it is so diverse in itself, but there are the other islands as well. We don't know too much about them, but we do know that Oahu, which is Honolulu, is like your party area. It's got all your stuff. It's a big city. It's got the nice beaches. It's got the famous Waikiki Beach. So if that's what you're into and want to do when you come to Hawaii, and Pearl Harbor's there, you need to go to Oahu. Maui is like the honeymooners island. So if that's this, it's like what is the resorts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you're looking for, go to Maui. But if you want all kinds of stuff, things you'll never see anywhere else, you need to come to the Big Island. Now, apart from those 3 islands, of the other 8 big ones, the 5 that's left we don't know much about. But I will say that this one, by far, was the best choice for adventure to come to. We've had great food everywhere. Love Kaya's coffee. Best coffee on the island, by far.
Mm-hmm.
We've been there just about every day that we've been here. It's an organic, vegan type coffee shop, but it's great. The freshest freshest fish I've ever had in my life. And, it's been mahi we've gotten so far, but, even being in the Gulf, those areas, you can't get any fresher than what we're getting here. It's literally fresh catch. Get it, and it's on your table. But I will say, be prepared to spend money while you're here. Gas is $6 a gallon. A box of Twinkies is $10 a box. If you're in a gas station, a pack of Twinkies is $3.50 for a pack.
If you're a Twinkie fan, we never even bought Twinkies.
No, we were just like, oh, wow.
Little Debbie's expensive here.
She is. She's a hot commodity, that hole. But, this is diverse here. You've got beaches. You've got beaches you'll never see anywhere else, like the Black Sand Beach, the Green Sand Beach. There's only 4 in the entire world, and we've seen one of them. You have to off-road to go to it.
It's so much fun.
It is fun. There were a few times we only had 3 wheels on the ground going around them. Just literally winding, driving over the lava rock road to get to there. It took us about half hour, 45 minutes to drive 2.5 miles because it's just crazy.
True off-roading.
Yes. It's not like off-roading we're used to back home. Not mudding and not nothing like that. But I will say, growing up in those hills sharpened my driving ability to be able to handle that crap. Because we've seen people flying through there. That's easy pop tire territory. But, hiking in a volcano. Mount Kilauea. That was... How do you even explain that?
A volcano?
Right?
An active one at that. It's one of the most active in the world.
There was an active plume in it while we were hiking through it and around it. And we drove on out to see the rest of the crater park, there's about 5 or 6 more out through there. Something like that. Yeah,
with the major lava flows
yes,
that they had.
Yeah, some of them you could see, some of them you couldn't. There are tons and tons of stop-off points to take pictures and views. We've seen the Sea Arch, which was created by the lava flows, which was pretty cool. Visited the southernmost point of the United States. You can't get no more farther south than that. The Keys are not the most southern point in the United States. They're the mainland most southern point of the United States, but we were on the southernmost part of the United States yesterday. went to a luau, which is pretty cool. So if you come, you got to do that.
Some incredible lookouts.
Oh yeah, amazing lookouts.
Hiking in rainforest.
Yes.
And desert.
Yeah.
And lava fields.
Yeah, all of it. The only thing we haven't done yet is snow, and there is a place here on the island that gets snow. So we might venture to it, we might not. We'll see what today and tomorrow brings. Let's see what else. Flew to Pearl Harbor. By far the easiest, cheapest, and best flights we've ever had in our life was on Hawaiian Airlines. So if you're looking into island hopping, that's the airlines to choose. I mean, it's like round trip for both of us was $170, and that's cheap, very cheap. There's all kinds of tour sites you can get on. I think we used Viator for a couple of things we did, the luau and the Pearl Harbor tour. I will suggest not to purchase a tour guide for Pearl Harbor if you're going to stay on a different island other than Oahu. Fly over, get you a lift there, spend 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever, there to visit it and take it all in, because we didn't get that. We didn't get to see the USS Arizona Memorial, like actually boat over to it and stand on the holy ground that is the USS Arizona, because we only had a limited time with the tour, what time we were being picked up, and had to be back to the airport. Now, had I known this, I would have scheduled a later flight and we would have stayed longer, but was not told that, and that's okay. We seen the USS Bowfin, which is also known as the Avenger. Was it the Avenger of the Arizona? I think that's what they said it was. So we got to tour that submarine and see the whole inside of it. We got to tour around the park a little bit. We went and seen USS Missouri was actually up on that. That boat is massive. Let me just say, it's easy size of a small hotel. I did not realize how massive it was. And then while we were there, the USS Abe Lincoln came cruising in off of a patrol. So that was cool to see an actual battleship aircraft carrier. I mean, that thing is huge.
You could see the Navy sailors on the edge at attention as they came to port. It was pretty cool.
Yep, it was pretty cool. When I say that thing's huge, it's huge. It's about the size of a small cruise ship, honestly.
It was an air carrier deck.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen and done so much in the time we have been here, and just it blows our mind every day. Just thinking of what we've seen, what we're going to be seeing, what we're seeing while we're going to do whatever we're going to do. Of course, you know, you get sunburnt. And I will advise, if you're going to come here, if you're not looking to off-road, there are plenty of Mustang convertibles, Camaro convertibles for rent at these rental sites. We got the Jeep because we wanted the Jeep, but we also knew we were going to be going into places we needed the Jeep. Tops came out every day we were in it, so you know, yeah, checks and balances, which is what do you want to do? We wanted to cruise around with the tops off, so we did. We will definitely be coming back. We're going to bring the kids back when we do come, so probably about 5 or 6 years before we do come back. But I know a lot of people.
Experience of a lifetime.
Oh yeah, easily. No, this is a bucket list for us too. So
it's beautiful. Sad to go.
Yeah, but
ready to get back home with the kids, but sad to go.
If you do plan to come here or any of the other islands, I would heavily advise to book everything in advance, at least a year in advance. Have it, you know, that way everything's paid for, so you can save up your money to spend while you're here, because you're going to spend it. Just because it's an island, it's isolated, and a lot of things are harder to get in here. That's why it's so much more expensive than what we're used to. So that's kind of a quick little rundown. I mean, it's still trying to process everything and wrap our heads around it all. But it's definitely been a great experience for us. An amazing experience for us, actually. So.
I'm waiting to see a sea turtle.
Yeah.
I've yet to see one, I'm waiting. Sea turtles, where are you? I want to see a sea turtle. And
So-
also, for nature lovers, there's tons of flowers and foliage.
Yes.
And lots of bird sightings. I've seen tons of birds, different birds, animals. They don't have squirrels on the island. They do have wild ferrets and mongoose, mongoose. I don't know how plural. But yeah, we've seen both of those. They're quite interesting. They have their own version of a goose, which is called a nene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks like a Canadian.
They're protected here, as are like the sea turtles and whales and dolphins. We've seen dolphins.
Oh, there's wild goats everywhere.
Yeah, there's wild goats. There's wild cattle and donkeys and stuff we're used to seeing back home, just not wild. So,
Right.
pretty cool if you're a nature lover.
Also, if you're a waterfall chaser like we are,
Tons.
tons of waterfalls.
On just the Big Island alone. That's not including the other islands.
And a lot of these waterfalls have zip line, and you can actually zip line across the waterfalls.
ATV rides.
ATV trails, horseback riding trails. So, I mean, there's just so much to do.
Snorkeling, scuba diving.
I know whenever you think about adventure, the Big Island does not come to mind. But let me tell you, we are here to say otherwise. We have driven this entire island, like literally the entire island, which is pretty amazing in itself because we got to see it all, take it all in. What was the place you wanted to see, the famous lookout that we went to see?
I don't remember its name. It's a Hawaiian name. They're hard to pronounce with all the vowels, but it's the famous Hawaii lookout with the mountain cliffs into the ocean type thing. It was beautiful. Yeah. Highly recommend.
You can't go wrong here. Oh, and you gotta get a malasada. You gotta get a malasada. There are places here to get them. They're not, like the famous Leonard's Bakery malasadas, which you can only get over on Oahu, which I was disappointed about. But I got my malasadas really from a local little place, and they were really good. I was surprised. They were extremely good. They're huge. I mean, literally the size of my hand. So tread lightly on those. I got 6, and we still got 3 left, which probably are not going to be 8. But I mean, we can't say enough. If you want a great vacation, this is it. This is definitely it. So that's our rundown. I don't even know what else to say, but it's been a hell of a time.